I am so excited to be here with you at our Global Leadership Summit. And most importantly, I'm excited to celebrate a very important partnership with Girl Up. We have been partnering with the Caterpillar Foundation since 2013, which is 10 years. That makes Caterpillar Foundation our longest partnership. And I really want to just take a minute to thank the foundation, to acknowledge how much of an impact this incredible company and foundation has had on our work and our movement. Since we launched our STEM for Social Good programming, we've engaged 22,000 Girl Up leaders over that time. And since the beginning of our partnership with the Caterpillar Foundation and their investment in education, leadership, and STEM as we're moving forward, we've actually impacted 67,000 Girl Up leaders around the world. Now, that is something truly to celebrate. Mostly, I'm excited now to bring in the president of the Caterpillar Foundation to talk a little bit about why this partnership is so important to the Caterpillar Foundation. Asha, please join me.
Well, thank you, Melissa. It's truly great to be here and just really wow to hear some of those impact and the numbers that you just shared on our
No,
partnership.
a long-standing commitment, long-term commitment, that really makes real investment and real impact possible. So thank you again. So I want to hear, you have been a foundational partner to Girl Up for the last 10 years, and we have grown exponentially over that time. This partnership has been such a big part of that. What do you see as really the key driver and reason for the Caterpillar Foundation to support Girl Up leaders and girls' leadership over these years?
Great question. One of the core focus areas for us at the Caterpillar Foundation as part of building resilient communities is really our focus around workforce of the 21st century. And we understand that how important it is for us to provide that foundational skills needed not just in the trades, but also in STEM in order to ensure that you are providing economic prosperity and mobility for families, students, as well as the community. But what we also understand is that it's not just important to provide the skills, but also we need to have holistic programs, an ecosystem based approach that you had mentioned, where you provide the life skills, the leadership skills, and the STEM programming that's needed. I know growing up, myself, I had that support as an engineer myself. I had that support, and hence it enabled me to be in a career that's STEM focused. But the reality is that many girls around the globe do not have that ecosystem and do not have that support. That's why I'm so passionate about what we do at the Caterpillar Foundation. And one of the key factors we know is that we cannot do this alone, which is why partnership with organizations like Girl Up is so important for us and the impact that you're making across the globe. So we're so proud to support the work of Girl Up, and it's really wonderful and to see the tremendous scale and the growth that you are having, or we are collectively having across the globe through our partnership since 2013.
Well, Asha, again, I can't emphasize how much this partnership has meant to Girl Up and to the girls of our movement. So I also wanted to just really understand, Caterpillar Foundation has been such a strong supporter of education, particularly STEM education over this last decade. What do you think? What does the Caterpillar Foundation, think is the importance and impact of having more girls pursuing STEM careers?
STEM plays such a critical role in shaping our society and the future, as it touches nearly every aspect of our lives, from healthcare to infrastructure and everything in between. And STEM also needs a diverse perspective to be able to build an equitable future with solutions that really addresses the needs and perspectives. I always talk about unlike minds coming together to be able to build stronger solutions. And that's something that's very needed in the STEM space. And STEM really plays that critical role to be able to shape the society that way. Even in 2003, there is still a significant gender gap that we're seeing in STEM. Progress is great, but it is too slow, and we're all frustrated. I know in a very recent study by the World Economic Forum that talked about that it could now take 131 years to close that global gender gap after an entire generation of progress was lost due to COVID-19. That's a pretty jarring statistic. So this makes it even more important for us to take action now. And that's why it's important to invest in programs in STEM education um, today and elevate it collectively as a group. Which is why the work that the Girl Up team is doing is so important, and your program specifically in STEM for Social Good boot camps, as well as the YSI camps, they're truly making an impact in the lives of girls around the world, and they're providing the skills that they need to excel in their future. And this truly should be a way in which we should be able to fill that critical gap that we're seeing, and why it's so important for us to invest in these programs for better opportunities and for better outcomes.
Asha, I couldn't agree more. I mean, getting girls to pursue those studies, to envision, a career path, so that they can be part of the solutions. That's really what STEM for Social Good is all about. So we are in total agreement. And I'd love to hear too, in your time working to advance gender equality and supporting Girl Up through the Caterpillar Foundation and just through your broader work as a professional in this space, has there been a moment or experience that has stood out to you, a time when you really saw the direct impact on youth leaders?
There's so many, but one that comes to mind is one of my most recent experience in meeting two young Girl Up leaders at the Social Innovation Summit recently in LA. What really struck me is that both of them from very different backgrounds, and a couple of things that really stood out for me. One, they were talking about how they saw in their community how the Girl Up program was impacting other girls that were pursuing a STEM pathway, and hence it inspired them to create their own clubs. And that just speaks to the awareness and the inspiration of the Girl Up program that really inspired these two young ladies to take up that mantle and talk about how they wanted to start their own clubs. And we all know that starting your own club is no small feat. So the boldness with which they were able to influence folks to put a club together and start something from scratch is truly inspirational. And being at the conference that really provided a platform for diversity, gender equity, and just opportunities really gives them an opportunity and exposure to really understand the impact of STEM education and the growth that's possible. I know we had talked about the Olympics in LA in 2028 and how it requires a diverse mindset and capabilities to really be able to build that. So, in order for the girls to really be exposed to such opportunities and leadership and mentorship, that is such a critical path or a critical opportunity for them to really be able to build up their confidence as well as their pathway to a STEM career. I know personally, going from an engineering degree to now running a corporate foundation is as a result of such mentorship and exposure to opportunities. So, very excited for the girls that have embraced this journey for themselves. And here's to many more that will be coming through the Girl Up program and programs like this that will really give them that awareness, exposure, and opportunity to really grow in their career.
Asha, I think my favorite thing is anytime I get to be with a Girl Up leader in person and hear the stories and understand just on the ground how that movement is growing and how they're inspiring each other. I think that is such a powerful part of our community that's so unique, is that they're all inspiring each other. And that gives me so much hope for the future. And actually, to round out our conversation today, looking ahead, let's talk about the next 10 years. What do you hope to see for the youth leaders engaging in Girl Up?
I'm so inspired by the young people these days, up in arms by the backsliding of gender equality progress, fighting for what they believe is right, and refusing to take no for an answer. I mean, that is truly inspirational. And their involvement in Girl Up provides them with the right skills and the confidence they need in order to achieve their personal goal. So, as they advance as leaders, they will continue to play a crucial role in helping the next generation of girls. I truly can't wait to hear what each of these leaders accomplish during the next 10 years. Their future is so bright, and we at the Caterpillar Foundation are cheering them on.
Well, thank you, Asha. We're so grateful to this partnership. We're excited about the future. I am also excited about, those 22,000 Girl Up leaders around the world who have been part of the STEM for Social Good program to see their past, their career past, the solutions that they come up with, and hopefully a really better outlook for all of us around the world. And I think Girl Up and the Caterpillar Foundation together have a big part of that story. And again, we're just so grateful and so excited for the future. Thank you so much.